In this video, I'll introduce you to JavaScript promises, a powerful way to simplify asynchronous code, making it more readable and easier to understand. A promise in JavaScript represents the result of an asynchronous operation. It is an object that can be in one of three states. Pending, which is the initial state, the promise is neither fulfilled nor rejected. Fulfilled, when the operation completed successfully and the promise has a resulting value. And rejected, when the operation failed and the promise has a reason for the failure. A promise also allows you to attach callbacks that will be called when the promise is either fulfilled or rejected, which helps you to manage asynchronous code more effectively. So let's create a simple promise to better understand how this works. You would do const promise equal to new promise, and we need to pass a function. Resolve reject. So lambda function that has this block. Set timeout function. And inside the set timeout function, we can do resolve of success. Okay. And let's do that after 2 seconds. Good. Now we declare the promise. Now let's do promise dot then, and let's pass another function, value, console.log of value. Okay, so let me explain you what this means. In this example, we created a new promise using the promise constructor. The constructor takes a single argument, which is a function. And that function takes two parameters, a resolve function and a reject function. So once again, the promise takes a function as an argument, and this resolve and reject are also functions. We then use setTimeout to simulate an asynchronous operation, which resolves the promise with the value success after 2 seconds. We then use the then method to attach a callback to the promise, which is executed when the promise is fulfilled. In our example, the callback will log the value success to the console. So let's run the program. 2 seconds passed, and now you can see success printed. So here we declare the promise, and then we said after the promise is executed, we receive a value and do something with the value. In our case, we printed it to the console. Of course, in a real application, you wouldn't do a set timeout. You would do an action that would take a long time. For example, fetching data from a server. And if that takes 2 seconds, after 2 seconds, you would call resolve with success or whatever value you have. And on the promise.then, the callback will handle the results that you have. To handle errors, we can use the catch method. So after we do then, we can also do .catch with another function, error, console.log error. If we run the program now, you will see that we can still see the success message. Okay, but if instead of resolve, we do reject with an error message and do node index.js, after 2 seconds, you will see error message.